日本語用の皆さん、こんにちは。皆さんお元気ですか？先生は相変わらず元気です。じゃあ始めましょう。起立。気をつけ。ね。よろしくお願いします。どうぞ着席。皆さんどうですか？やっぱりずっとうちの中は大変ですね。でも頑張ってください。Today we wanted to pick up and kind of continue on sort of some of the grammar that we've been learning this year. And so I wanted to pick up with two things and first just remind us of where we've been. So the first thing is the passive form of the verb. Okay, and so if you have a verb like iku, what would be the passive form? Yes, ikareru, right? We used it for a lot of different things, honorific passive, but we also just use it for passive form. What about tsukuru? Tsukurareru. Okay, so that's a passive form. And then more recently, you guys learned from Chiaki Sensei the causative form. And so what about iku? What would we do with the causative form? Ikaseru, right? What about tsukuru? Tsukuraseru, right? And so the passive, right? Passive voice, causative, forcing somebody to do something. And so today we got to bring those two together so that we get the causative passive form, being made to do something. And so it sounds a little bit strange in English, but it's a lot more common. As I've told you before, that passive voice is really accepted in Japanese and is oftentimes preferred to active voice, much to the dislike of English teachers around the world. So we're going to start out with a verb that will be familiar to you, kaku. All right, so what is the passive form of kaku? Kakareru. What's the causative form? Kakaseru. All right, and so with u verbs, there are two different ways that we can make the causative passive. And so my nasty handwriting, I apologize, but the first one would be kakaserareru. Kakaserareru. So you can see what I did here. It's kakaseru, right? The causative form with rareru, the passive. So kakaserareru. Okay. The other way that we do it is kaka and sareru, right? And you can recognize this as being the passive form of suru, maybe, but kakasareru would be another way that we can do that. And so with all u verbs, they can be done, well, just about all u verbs, they can be done this way. My recommendation to you is pick one that you say, but be able to recognize both of them. Now, I said that there is an exception, and I'll show that to you right now. So, hanasu, okay? So if we follow the same patterns as we had before, the first one, kakaserareru, so this would be hanasaserareru, okay? And then the other one, hanasasareru. And that one, right, the double sa's just don't really work well, so we can't say that, all right? But you can say hanasaserareru, okay? So again, right, kakaserareru, kakasareru, hanasu, hanasaserareru would be our only option for that one. Now what about other things? If I were to say I was made to go someplace, so we could say ikaserareru or ikasareru, right? So either one of those work. What would you do for nomu? I made you drink really bad coffee. I would never do that. Waste of good coffee on you. But nomu, so we could say nomaserareru. Wow, that was bad. Or I could say nomasareru, right? I couldn't even get it out. It was terrible. So that's our u verb. So now we'll get to our ru verbs. Pretty straightforward. Everybody loves their favorite ru verb, taberu, right? The causative, tabe saseru. The ukemi, or the passive, taberareru, right? So tabe saserareru, right? I was made to go to sleep. Ne saserareta, or probably more likely, I was made to wake up. Oki saserareta, right? And so those things, pretty straightforward, a little bit of a mouthful. Practice saying rareru, 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 saserareru, right? Tabe saserareru. Get that so that you can say it smoothly. All right, now let's get to our irregular verbs. All right, these standard ones, suru and kuru. As you remember, saseru and sareru are our two for suru, and kosaseru and korareru. All right, and so we're going to have something like that. Saserareru and kosaserareru. So that's how our irregulars work. Okay, so now that we know the structure of it, how to make the verb, let's just kind of see how it fits in a sentence. And so when I talk about causative passive, I like to use these terms. Puppet, right? Whoever's being made to do something. Oftentimes it's me. Story of my life, right there. You may relate. And then I like the word puppet master. It's a little dark, but right, like being controlled, right? And so this is the person who's making us do whatever it is. And so the puppet, and we can use wa or ga in these sentences, and then puppet master, whoever it is, ni, and then the causative passive verb or verb phrase at that point. And so if it was like, I was made to clean my room by my dad, for example. So I could say watashi wa. I'd probably omit that because you just assume it's watashi. And I'd say chichi ni heya o souji saserareta, right? If you wanted to say my friend was made to study by their science teacher, you could say tomodachi wa kagaku no sensei ni benkyou saserareta. Okay. So we can omit this when it's us. Sometimes people also will omit this one if they just want to say, oh, I was made to do that, right? I was made to, what was I made to do? I was made to write an essay. Sakubun o kakaserareta. Your parents are like, how was school? And you're like, sakubun o kakaserareta. Right? You don't need to say who made you or that it's you, right? Because it's all assumed, and so that you can do it that way. Okay? So this is the general structure. I'm going to go quickly through our verbs again. Saserareru for suru. Kosaserareru for kuru. Okay? For the ru verbs, tabesaserareru. Okay? And then our exception on the u's are the ones that end in su, right? Hanasaserareru, right? But then all the other u's we can either do a-serareru or a-sareru, right? And so you can use those. And so between now and when I see you on Wednesday, I just ask that you jot down a couple different things that you have been made to do. We're in this unique situation where we're stuck in houses with people who we care about but often make us do stuff. And so I imagine you'll have a few examples for me when I see you on Wednesday. So just come up with a few sentences. Remember, puppet, probably you. So you can omit that, puppet master, ni, and then your causative passive verb phrase. And so on School Loop, I'll have posted about our meeting on Wednesday. So check in and note that. And I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. じゃあ終わりましょう。起立。気をつけ。礼。ありがとうございました。We'll see you Wednesday. Hang in there.